So this is your first official
It is.
podcast.
It sure is.
Cool. Well, I try to make it official. I add a lot of flair.
I love it. I love that I'm in your living room.
I spend more time decorating the room than writing questions, which is probably not a good thing.
No, I like it. I like it. We're going to sell them up front.
All right. Well, before I forget, what I like to do with all of my guests right off the bat is I make sure everybody knows what your social media is.
Okay, perfect.
And your social media is very funny, so I'll let you. This is Jackie Tinsley. Let's let you share your social media handle.
Jackie Tinsley. The only thing I really use is TikTok and Instagram. It is Jack Tinselitis. Yep, the inflammation of Jackie Tinsley. I love being a science major.
I like that. So it's JACKTINSLEITIS.
That is it.
I like that. I chuckled at that. We both work in healthcare. And that was the other thing. So I want to make sure I have this right. Are you a nurse at the Mayo Clinic?
No, so I work in the pharmacy. I work in the outpatient pharmacy.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so, but I primarily work with patients in the recovery room who are getting discharged.
Okay, so but you're at Mayo.
Correct.
Oh, so you get all the grumpy people.
I get.
They just had surgery.
The gamut of people. That is correct. That is absolutely correct.
So you're a legal dealer, and I love that about you.
I am. I'm doing it the wrong way.
Yeah, you make much more money the other way.
Doing it the wrong way.
Also, I'd like to mention that we decided to both wear gym clothes today, and I love that. This is the most comfortable I've ever been doing the show because I'm always suffocating and wearing heels and doing dumb things like that for myself. And
comfort is key.
Well, I have to be honest. I've only done yoga in yoga pants once in my life, and it was pretty terrible. The guy had me upside down for like the whole hour.
That checks out. Yeah.
Have you done it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you do this? Is this
so I don't do yoga as much anymore.
You did it more than once.
Yes. Oh, I used to do it once a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I used to do yoga a lot. I danced up until I went to college.
Oh.
And so we do a lot of yoga, a lot of conditioning. Okay. I've done probably every form of like exercise, like kickboxing, boxing. I used to be part of a boxing club.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to go do a class, I'll do that.
Yes, absolutely.
The yoga, I can't be upside down for an hour. And what the hell? This guy didn't know what he was doing. It was at my college and it was free.
Well, there it is.
You have to pay for.
There it is. That is correct. Yes. But no, I do enjoy yoga. It's
Did you do the hot one?
It's Arizona. It's always hot. Like
touche.
That's it. Step one is always hot yoga.
No, my favorite hobby was like ice skating for a while, and I just liked being in the cold.
I did ice skating for 2 years.
Oh, did you really? Oh, that's cool.
Out here, that was my first job too. I worked at the ice skating rink.
Where?
In Chandler. It's been renamed, but it used to be called Polar Ice. That was my first job.
Oh, how cool is that?
And I was a party planner, and I figure skated for a couple of years.
Me too. That's so fun. I took it up at 30. Like I took it up like way over.
Oh, you're brave.
Yes.
Your bones are already like done. That's crazy.
I know. Well, I did wear little wrist guards though. I
have to.
Super cool. But then I watched these little girls that are like 3-year-old Chinese girls doing backflips, and I'm like, what? Like they have no fear and the agility.
Yeah, if I was on my parents' insurance, I would have no fear either.
Right? And now that I'm older and like stuff's starting to hurt, I'm like, ooh, I don't know. Maybe bring a pillow. I don't know that I need one, but
there's a pillow behind my back as we're speaking. I took it.
Did you still have
I took it. It's not next to you anymore.
It's okay. Yeah, I bring extra pillows. It's okay. That's really fun. So what I wanted to ask you, comedy versus the whole healthcare thing.
Sure.
What came first?
Oh, healthcare.
Okay.
My mom's a nurse.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so my mom is a nurse.
Nice.
I have a lot of healthcare people in my family. My mom's a nurse. My dad was a lawyer. And
we should have been friends so much sooner.
Yeah, my mom's a nurse. My dad was a lawyer.
So like your job was to go to school and do one of these things. That's
correct.
To me.
College wasn't an option. It was a requirement.
Yes.
And like a 4-year university, not a community college.
Correct. Yeah.
So yeah, pharmacy was kind of always part of my interest. I was a child with ailments, so it made sense. Sure. But once I got to college, probably my 3rd year, I was like, I cannot do this for another 5 because it's just a lot. And
were you originally going into nursing?
No, I was going into pharmacy, but you can go straight to pharmacy school without graduating. You just have to get your prereqs and you can take your PCAT and you can go. So you can. If say like
you mean your I see the 4 years before.
Correct. So you don't have to have like a bachelor's of whatever to go on, opposed to other degrees where you have to finish and then you can apply.
Yeah, mine was a lot.
Yeah, so you can do
a decade of fun.
Exactly. You can do like 3 years of undergrad and then take your PCAT and go.
Now that's expedited. See, they told me mine would be expedited. They lied.
Of course they lied. Of course
they tried to make me repeat like every single class I ever took prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, this is fun. So this is where I'm spending my 20s.
Yep.
Awesome.
No, absolute nightmare.
You can tweak it if you need to. Tweak it our vibe. Thank you, friend. Our camera guy is also helping out.
He is. He's doing it all.
He's doing it all.
A true gem.
So, well, then how did you get into the whole...
Oh, man, this is my favorite story.
Yes.
That truly is. My aunt, I'm going to have you look at this, Aunt Debbie, because I love you the most. 2016, so my aunt, she is incredibly talented, incredibly intelligent, one of the smartest people I know. And she has always been into theater, and she's always been into singing. Oh. She actually does voiceover work now. That's her primary job, is just voice acting.
Oh, very cool.
She's incredibly talented. And
does she do like cartoons and things like that?
Everything.
Oh, I love that.
Everything. Like, her range is crazy. And she's gorgeous, and her voice is buttery. It's not even fair. Her voice, like her regular speaking voice, just like feels like warm chocolate chip cookies. And I feel like every Disney villain. It's fine. But
you're so sweet. This is so funny. The voice doesn't match your personality.
I try.
But I like that though. It's sultry.
It's
you
something.
Sound like a jazz singer. We're gonna go with that.
Yeah, skidaloo boobop. But so it was Christmas 2015, and she lived in Burbank actually at the time.
Oh yeah, I love Burbank.
And she sent me a Christmas card, and it was like, "Hey, I bought you these comedy classes. I think you're funny, and I think you would do well."
I love that.
And I was like, "You're crazy. I can't even talk in front of people who don't care what I have to say." And so July of 2016, yeah, I was finally able to take the classes because I had been working like crazy 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Like 80-hour weeks.
I know,
crazy
I know
stuff.
Vibe.
Exactly.
I know that feel.
So finally,
I don't work anymore. I'm like, I did all the working in
I know.
20s and 30s, and now I'm done.
And so
I maxed out.
I switched jobs, and I was able to work less and actually take these classes. And then honestly, it was just a good challenge. I didn't feel like I'd been challenged since I graduated.
Sure.
And it was different, like a left brain, right brain situation.
Yes. Yeah.
And so it was really enjoyable. And I was like, okay, this could be cool. This could be something I'm interested in. I really had no intentions of it getting this far.
I'm actually doing it, right?
Because I didn't think I could. So.
Oh, you're great.
And so it's crazy. So that's how it started. I always tell her, I'm like, this is literally just because you saw something that I wouldn't have seen.
Oh, I love that.
So.
Where were your classes out here?
They were. And then the club has no longer exists. It shut down during COVID.
Was it straight comedy or improv? Or?
Nope, straight comedy.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so
I'm doing a writing class tonight with Tony Visage.
Oh, cool. Yes.
Well, I noticed like everybody I know has done his classes. Like, all of my friends that do all my friends that are the working comedians, so to speak.
Yeah.
No offense to anybody else, but like the ones that are getting paid, like they've all done his classes. So
yeah.
Maybe I am getting paid already, but maybe I'll get paid a little more.
Absolutely. I mean,
I can always tighten it up.
always tighten it up, and there's always room to work.
I'm I'd say I'm 75, 25. So
it's every time it's a choose your adventure.
25, and it was not my favorite.
What was last night?
Oh, I did the funniest comedian with a day job. I did my first joke backwards, Jackie. How does that happen?
Nerves,
backwards.
Fear. Did you try to run it back?
Were you like
no? Did you do it backwards and they're like, oh, I messed that
All
up.
I did was switch the order of drugs, and so nobody noticed. Well, my husband knew because he knows my act, and he was like, "Oh, you changed it." I was like, "Yeah, I didn't want to change it, but it just happened. I don't know why that happened." But I caught it, and I was able to. So I didn't say the same thing twice.
Okay, cool.
So I did it in my head, but I was having a separate conversation with myself in my brain while performing.
While doing it.
Oh, I hate that.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part for me is focusing in the moment to being able to hear the laughs.
Yes.
And because I'm just so focused on everything else. Yes.
And those quick sets, we only had 5 minutes last night.
Yep.
The worst ever. And you did great with this, I think, because I think you're invited back sooner than I am. Chocolate Sundays. That was 3.
Yep.
That was rough. That's Hollywood Laugh Factory, right? Was that where we were?
Yep. Hollywood Laugh Factory on Sunset.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
And it's like, wow, I traveled 8 hours for this. But it was awesome. It was like a 5-year wait to get in there.
I remember I was like, oh, this is psychopathy.
Yes.
That I'm going all the way to LA to do 3 minutes.
Yes.
But thankfully,
But that's a cool show.
Oh, a great
It's a
show.
venue.
Great show.
We're on Sunset.
Exactly. And I mean,
we have a Sunset here too, but it's not the same.
That's definitely not.
I headlined on Sunset. I can say I headlined on Sunset on Sunday.
No, but thankfully I had met some other LA comedians before that came. So I got to do a Don't Tell. And then I got to perform in Huntington Beach. So then it didn't feel like such a waste.
Yes.
Because my aunt, Debbie, literally came from Ohio just to watch me do those 3 minutes.
Oh, I love that.
From Ohio.
I love that.
To do those 3 minutes. So I was like, we got to find some other stuff this weekend.
That. Yeah. Yeah, I had family come out for mine too, and it was actually really nice. And what was funny is I had them holding my little purse that looks like a mini bar.
Mm-hmm.
And they called him out. Like the comedians that were up there after me, they're like, "What are you wearing? Is that a wrestling belt?" And he's like, "No, it's a purse." He's like, "Why do you have a purse?" And they're like, "It's Lauren's." He's like, "Who's Lauren?" Like, "She was on the show before you."
Yeah, here we go. And it just grows. And it's just
so embarrassing because I don't know why he's wearing it, but I guess the way they have their chairs, they have no tables or anything, so everyone's just like sitting like this.
Oh, interesting.
So he was like wearing it. I was like, "You have to wear my purse. Like we're close, but like we're not."
That's so funny. I like that. Whoever that was just committed.
Right?
Just went
very
full
sweet.
in.
I know. I'm like, I'm gonna use him for Christmas this year.
That is very kind.
So where was your actual first show?
So my actual first show was it was a student showcase with the club that I was at.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean for you Arizona locals or whoever's like started up here, Scottsdale Comedy Spot.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That looked like a really cute venue.
It was so cute.
Tony B did his special there.
So Tony, I featured for him when he filmed his special.
Oh,
I did. He was one of the first comedians I've ever worked with. I love Tony B with all my heart.
Yes.
He is just a gem of a human, a gem of a comedian.
Yes. I'm doing a show with him on Friday.
I saw that.
With Matt Broom.
I saw that.
I love him too.
Yeah. And Chandler.
They're both so nice. And professional.
So professional, so courteous.
And somebody got with a vest and a tie, and they both have either a vest or a tie.
Pure class.
I'm like, are you wearing a vest to a picnic? All
sure
right.
Is.
But you know what? He's dapper.
He's a man of business. He is a man of business. I love Tony.
Yes.
But yeah, so I did a couple months of the comedy classes. And then my first show was like their student showcase.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do, they've got some improv ones that are really cool. There's one in New York and there's one in LA. And
Groundlings is, yeah.
And then what's the other one? I always blank on names.
Second City's in Chicago.
Second City.
Mm-hmm.
But do they also have a Second City in LA or New York? One of them has something in New York too.
Probably. I know.
Second City.
So I did I didn't do improv. I did a comedy festival in Chicago. Ooh. And we performed at Second City.
Very cool.
Yeah, so you just like walk in the hallways and so cool. It's just like Tina Fey, Amy Poehler.
I love that.
It's insane. It's
I want to do more of that stuff because I feel like I like acting out my comedy.
It's absolutely insane. That's actually that festival I met Stephanie, aka Flo from Progressive. And I lost my shit.
Is that how she started before getting booked for that?
So she started she's a comedian.
Oh.
And she
does not know that.
And she does improv.
Wow.
And so she was saying she's like so many of these I think the State Farm guy is a comedian too now. The new black guy, the cute one. Oh. Yeah, the State Farm, the new Jake, woke Jake.
Woke Jake.
So fucking fine. Sorry. Ooh, can we go?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
We're good. We're good. I say not recommended for children when I post these.
Good. Awesome. Incredible. Love it.
Yes.
But yeah.
Fine, woke Jake.
We talked at the festival and she was like, yeah, when they hire for these kind of like staples, they like comedians, they like people who can improv because they just have better ideas and it's easier to throw stuff at them.
Yeah.
And now she's like a quadrillionaire. She has to be.
Oh, that's so cool.
Flo is a household. Like, you know who Flo is.
Yeah. A lot of, and it's so funny, a lot of well-known actors, from what I've noticed, started off as comedians. Mm-hmm. And they're usually the funniest ones that are just like normal looking people. Sometimes some of them are cute, but they're usually just normal looking people. I'm like, this gives me hope. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Right? Because
for sure.
Then you have like your Brad Pitts and stuff, but like it's awkward when they're doing things that are funny.
Right.
Because it's like a really dry funny. It's just very
hard to sell.
Right? That's a good way of saying it. Yeah, it's just uncomfortable to look at. But it's who I like that does silly shit all the time and I think he's so funny is Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling is surprisingly hilarious.
Yeah, he's got good humor.
Think that we'd never let him do it because his face is so pretty.
Yes.
Like we've just decided, you don't get to do these things.
I met him when he was on Young Hercules. nicest guy.
Stop.
That's why I tell a joke about
What
that.
a
I'm like, that could
baby.
have worked out. Like,
What a baby.
yes.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
he's a really nice guy, and like, yeah.
He's so he had me in a chokehold in Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh, wasn't that good? Great movie if you guys haven't seen Crazy Stupid Love.
Please.
So
Feel
good.
everything.
So good.
So good.
Feel
Steve Carell. What a lineup.
Right?
It's a great
very
movie.
good. It's a great movie. I don't know if this was a new skit or not, but my husband showed me last night that he did some bit about like he was either Beavis or Butthead on SNL, and it was so funny.
Ryan,
Yes.
yes, I feel like I haven't seen it, but I've seen
I just
a
saw
clip
it
of
last night.
No, it was on SNL. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I think he
It's
hosted
so
like a
funny.
couple weeks ago. Yeah.
It was so funny. And like
Yeah.
the whole thing is that he was like there's some other show going on and he's in the audience and pretending not to know that he looks
Oh my
like
God.
that character. Yeah, it was just awkward. You have to watch it. But look it up, it's on YouTube.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, one of our friends, Ashley, had a shirt on last night that was like Cinderella or something. It was Beavis and Butthead, but dressed as like Disney characters. So that inspired us all to go down that rabbit hole. But anyway, I digress. It was fun. But he's so just funny. And then, did you ever see the skits he did on SNL where he is one of the people that were abducted by aliens? Have you seen that?
No.
Oh my God, it's so good. Okay, so the main one, she is from, I forget her name. She's the blonde, and she was in Ghostbusters.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I don't want to get it. Is it
she
McKinnon?
plays Mrs. Rafferty, and like so she's like basically like trailer trash kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I think it's who's the one that does it, and and she's talking about.
It's either Kristen Wiig or Kate McKinnon because they were both in Ghostbusters.
It wasn't Kristen Wiig; it was the other one.
Then it was McKinnon. Yeah.
Yes. And she's talking about the aliens, like didn't give her pants back, and like all this stuff. They're her boobs around. It's so funny, and he's one of the people that's talking about this alien abduction and how it's so beautiful, and they're cracking up because she's going through this whole thing, and they're supposed to have a straight face and do this, and like one. I
love watching people break on SNL. It's so funny.
Go watch all of those with Mrs. Rafferty.
Okay.
It'll make your night. That's all I'm gonna say.
I love those. I love watching people break.
Back to you, Jackie. So I should ask this. What is the funniest thing that's happened to you on the job? Have you had any like weird like patient
at work?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to
be his current job. We can say a past job.
Yeah.
Liability.
Liability. Well, working in the recovery room, I mean, everyone gets permission to be their worst.
Oh, and, yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, no one holds that against you.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are people like you're on my list, but like I can't like
so technically wake up like angry.
Oh, violent.
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 So they're coming off of being unconscious.
For sure. And some people just don't come out well.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, very like seriously empathetically.
So it's anesthesia. So people have adverse reactions.
Oh, yeah. Or like people like
cry or like laugh.
Cry. People who have PTSD really bad. So we get a lot of vets, and it's exactly. So truly empathetic. Like
it's triggering.
Yeah. It's just like very disorienting.
Oh.
And so, but people like I'll be like, oh, I have this. This is your stuff, blah blah blah. And they'll be like, oh, your name is Jackie. I have a hot cousin named Jackie.
That's weird. A hot cousin.
Let's unpack it. Like no one asked you. You did not have to tell me that.
Ooh.
So yeah, get a lot of that.
Feel icky.
Yeah, a lot of that. A lot of weird, just drive-by information.
I have an uncle that we no longer talk to that married a cousin.
Oof. Big oof. And we don't talk to the cousin either, right?
Right?
They're both gone.
Yeah. No. That's so funny. I watched these like YouTube videos. Like Charlotte Dobre is my favorite. Do you watch her?
I've seen her. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Charlotte. I will send her this clip. But anyway, she had a little clip on her show about this guy was talking about his family's wedding he was invited to, and he noticed the names, and he's like, "Okay, that's weird. Maybe the same last name."
No, Jesus, no.
And he gets to the wedding, and he's like, "So where's the bride's family?" And they're like, "What do you mean?" And it was I think they were first cousins.
Sick. Sick.
It's too much. It's too much. I had a third cousin hit on me once, and I was like, I know that we didn't grow up together, but
yeah, that's no. I need so far separation.
I would be upset even if it was like anywhere in the tree. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like my husband and I, we freaked out a little bit because we found our baby pictures and
Sure.
side by side, it was almost identical. And I showed my mother, and she couldn't tell which was me, and it creeped
No.
her out.
No.
But he's Norwegian, and I'm Italian, and
Okay.
like a bunch of other things that I don't look like.
That feels safe.
Like
That feels
Italian
safe.
and Cherokee. I'm like, really? Like I burned while driving.
Truly?
Yeah. Not enough to get any college benefits.
Cannot confirm. Like,
no,
this doesn't
right?
feel
It's like
right.
I burned driving here, but anyway. So yeah, we look a lot alike. And I'm like, that's making me uncomfortable. You know. So people that do this intentionally, they weren't even in the small town. Like this happened in like New Jersey.
Please.
This wasn't like
Please.
this
I was
wasn't.
like, this is like Virginia.
I don't know.
Population
I don't
20.
know. I don't know. I just it
Look.
made me uncomfortable. I love family and everything, but sometimes people just make weird decisions.
Yeah, they do.
You know,
And
but
then
we
we
just
have-
go for what's familiar. Get us
Please,
unattended.
get out. I'm sick. What's familiar?
Oh, so okay, so you had people wake up angry.
Yeah.
Anything funny? Have you had anybody wake up and do anything funny, or is it mostly like scary? You're like, ooh,
No.
remove all weapons.
No. I mean, respectful. Like, look, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but under the right amount of anesthesia, I'm apparently super hot. So I've been hit on a handful. I've been hit on a handful of times, and a win's a win. So
your cute little picture I posted.
I'm gonna take it.
Yes.
But no, that's pretty much it. You know, at my old job,
you got a soothing voice. Like you've got like a nurturing.
Thank you. I try. They're so not doing well. So I try to do my best.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, no, it's cool. Let's just ease you out of this.
I just antagonize you. Like, you're weird.
Let's not abruptly wake you up.
Shake them and tell them they're weird.
Oh my gosh.
See what happens.
I know.
No,
at my old job, I mean, people would come and it's like, you came to a pharmacy when you should have gone to an emergency room.
Yes.
Like, no, that shouldn't look like that.
Were you at like a CVS or something?
Oh, it's just a chain. And
yeah.
I remember someone called and he goes, there's blood coming out of my penis. Is it Tylenol? Should I take Tylenol? And I was like, yeah, no, for sure.
You need a tourniquet.
What you're going to do is physically stuff the Tylenol up your urethra. What is wrong with you? Get off my phone.
Wow. People are just so weird.
People are weird and they're lazy.
Yeah.
Go show up.
Yeah.
Go. This is beyond us. You need to see a doctor.
Yes. Yes. Well, and the other thing too, to be fair, the few times I've gone, I rarely go to the hospital, but if I do, like I stepped on glass, like, well, I'm not fishing this out. Like, you know, my husband had knocked himself. We've got Great Danes, they knocked him out.
Oh.
So I came home, found my husband unconscious. Picture was knocked off the wall. I stepped on glass. It was just a shit show.
Yeah.
And they were just so rude in the hospital. I'm like, well, he was obviously blacked out. Could you maybe just do a CT of his head?
Sure.
That's kind of why we're here. I can't fix that.
Like, right.
Maybe, you know, but anytime I feel like I've gone to the hospital, it's like they make you feel like you're an asshole for being there.
See,
maybe that's why they're doing the shortcut too. Maybe it's not lazy. Maybe they're just like, I don't want to deal with this.
If blood is coming out of your penis, there is nothing at Walgreens for you.
Yeah, that's true.
I promise.
That's true.
Like, we are past that.
Yeah, that is, like bleeding from the ears, any orifice.
Right. If minor than like a scrape, like from being outside or something, your knee, like,
guys are just different with that stuff, though.
Guys are.
Well, like that's like why I kind of got out of working with people. I work with
have to. It makes sense.
I work with animals because I hit my cap because I worked in public health.
Yeah.
And women will tell me what they had for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to know about your salad at 2:00.
Correct.
Men will not tell me that they were in a helicopter crash and shit. I had one guy whose face was made out of his pelvis. How does that happen? Okay? And he didn't tell me. I'd already like adjusted him and worked on him. Like that's when to mention like question 1. Like that wasn't like a callback half an hour later.
Correct.
That's like a first like, hey, by the way, this is made of my ass. Like that's like
that's important information.
Right?
That's so interesting.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of men, especially if they are men that are military, police, firemen, they are I give them credit. They are manly men, but they will wait until like they're dragging their body
like,
into an office.
We could have avoided
and even
this.
then they just want like one visit.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I'm not a magician, guy. Like what do you like how long have you been like this? Oh, like 10 years. Oh, okay. So thank you for the confidence, but
oh my God.
I am not that talented.
Like that's actually not what I do.
No. Did you happen to not to be personal, but did you get your wisdom teeth pulled?
No.
Okay, so I did, and I forget what they give you. It's not anesthesia. What is it? They give you like.
Do they give you a Twilight? I don't know.
Yeah, I was out though. But when I woke up, I thought my dad was there, and he was like, "How are you doing?" I thought I was doing this, and I was doing this. I was like,
So, those are my
And the
favorite.
doctor was like, I'm gonna give you guys a minute. And he left the room.
That's so funny.
Yeah. And it was like this old Italian man. So
Oh
he's,
my
like, not
gosh. When did you get him out?
when?
Yeah.
I was still young, so I was still at home, I think 18.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
moved
So
out at
that's not bad.
19.
That's perfect. That's like the right time to do it.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm
But
gonna be big screwed.
I don't do well with any kind of.
I have a really high pain tolerance.
I do too, but I
Yeah.
have a low tolerance to like drugs and alcohol.
Got it. So you have a low tolerance to like the wearing off of
I
it.
can't take. Yeah, like I'm a big fan of like edibles, but I can't take anything else. Like I'll pass out from like a pill or whatever. Like I'm that person that just blacks out.
Yeah, just super
I wake up on the
sensitive.
floor like too much.
Like, so one was a lot. Maybe we cut it in half.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
I'm that person. And then the rest of my
100%.
family's the opposite, where they can't knock them out. And they wake up on the table during procedures. Like that scares me.
No.
Yes.
That is a nightmare situation.
Right? I'm like, you took me this shit. Like I never want to get anything done because I'm like, you wake up and like walk around in the hospital.
Yeah.
Just
No.
in case. I just don't want to be that person.
Waking up on the bed is like a nightmare situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to call for help, but I couldn't. Like that kind of thing. No. Nope. That's what I'm saying.
Hearing it from both sides is terrible too.
Right.
Like, because hearing it from like doctors who are in the procedure,
yeah,
and they're like,
they just use a mallet.
And then they're like, and then I like noticed her fingers were tapping. The fuck? Like, what?
Tapping
like,
fingers
or
is
like,
not good.
Well, I was like, and then like
that's
then
a cry for help.
Then she opened her eyes and looked directly at me while I was in her chest cavity.
No, you've heard that?
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
And
oh no.
Oh, you know what I did learn recently from my friends? I'm not gonna out you guys, but they're anesthesiologists. And you know, we get nervous when people see us naked or whatever.
Yeah.
They will not judge you for anything unless you have a dirty belly button. So clean your belly buttons.
That's
what they told me.
Funky.
They will not judge you for shit, no matter your sitch, no matter anything, whatever. But if you have a crusty belly button,
who has a crusty? You have a crusty.
Enough people.
I didn't even know you could get
enough people for this to be a common thing.
Oh.
Yeah, people aren't clean their belly buttons.
No. The grossest thing that ever happened to me, since we're sharing our gross stories, if it's not making you throw up on
no,
the air.
Nothing's making me throw up.
I worked on this guy that came into the clinic. I'm a chiropractor, if I haven't mentioned that yet, but I was about to adjust this guy's neck, and he had these oversized gauges in his ears.
No.
And one popped out, and it just smelled.
What was this?
Rancid.
I was gonna say the smell had to be crazy.
And I was trying not to vomit.
The smell had to be crazy.
And he was the kind like they had like caked on dirt on his jeans. Just like filthy.
No.
Filthy. I had patients come in with like all of their possessions, and then it turned out that they had bed bugs, and the clinic I worked in was like downside, like minimizing the situation. Sure. I was like, I'm not bringing friends home. Mm-hmm. So I'm changing. Like someone's giving me scrubs.
For sure.
Closing this down, this part, because we're not bringing these friends home with us. It's not going to be a lifestyle for me.
Correct.
I'm happy to help people.
Correct.
But like anything that's like, like I learned the word scabies in that clinic. I
never
heard that word before.
Oh God.
I never heard that word before. I went into non-invasive healthcare for a reason.
Yeah.
I don't need friends jumping off of your situation onto my situation.
That's so true.
No.
That's so true.
The guy with the gauges, I think that was my grossest.
I already know that has to be a crap smell.
Oh.
Because like even when I take my nose rings out just to like clean my face, I'm like, that's a boogie.
I had one guy. The funniest was he had stepped in dog shit, and he was covered in dog shit, like he had broken up a dog fight. It was gross. Gross.
Were they shitting on each other? Okay.
I don't know, but he was covered in dog shit, and then proceeds to hit on me like nothing's wrong.
Oh. To have the confidence of a man.
Yes.
That
I need that confidence.
I just want to bottle up an ounce of it.
I obsess over like what jeans I wore for a show last week. I'm like, I wish I didn't wear that.
Literally.
And then you're covered in shit hitting on me. Like I've
had a zit like on my cheek and almost canceled a show. And like no one can see you. Like no one can see you. Oh. And I've been like, this is it. This is gonna break me.
These new are they Gen Z? The kids are putting stickers on them. Like, what is going on?
Okay, those are great. Do you have any?
With, like little stars.
They're so cute. I'm so jealous of them.
They're accentuating them. Well, at first I was up in I'd never seen them before, but I was up in Pine Top for a show with the Honda, and they've got like a whole bunch of like kind of like hipster kids there. Like it's like the farmer people, the country people up there, and then like the young people are like these hipster kids.
No, thank you.
At the coffee shop. And they're all having these stickers on their face, and I was like, "Are you guys like in a?" I actually asked this. I felt so old. Are you guys in a band?
Lauren.
So they were in a band. I'm like, I'm old. Ah! I asked if they were in a band. She's like, "Oh no, I've got to sit." I was like, "Oh," because the person you just gave the coffee to also had that, so I just assumed
Yeah,
you were
they're
friends
all in a
and worked
band.
together.
The band is I don't give
They're all
a
in a
fuck. Like,
band.
I'm so jealous. We had toothpaste.
Right?
I used to crush up aspirin
Oh,
and like put it in water and like paste it on.
I just use spray paint.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
I finally have the decent skin for the first time in my life. It's because I took like 6 weeks off of wearing makeup. But I was like, oh, go figure what's the shit on my face.
See, I don't wear makeup. I don't even know how to use makeup.
I don't think I do either. I did a show on Saturday that I hired somebody to help me.
Yeah, sometimes when I really want to razzle dazzle them, I put on a lip gloss.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, Aquaphor till I die.
Aquaphor
till I die.
though.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So people
But
waking up and crusty belly button. That's fun.
Crusty belly buttons. If you take anything from
now,
this,
do you joke about? You don't joke
I
about
never
work.
talk about work. No,
I don't either. I started off doing that.
Yeah, too specific.
Yes,
it's too specific.
Well, there's one joke I had
I mean,
my
you
first
could
year in, but
you could do it now, and because literally, chiropractor TikTok is insane.
Well,
it's such its own specific niche.
Yeah.
But
me doing the animal adjustments. I'm adjusting
correct.
to horses tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe I'll TikTok it up.
Exactly. Like it's so funny how many come across like my For You page.
Yeah,
it's such a huge thing
because this profession's been around like for the animal chiropractic since the 90s.
Uh-huh.
It's because people think it's like a brand new thing, but we've been doing it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for them, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm working on the draft horses that do it's a pair of dice carriage rides, and it's the ones that do the carriage rides in Scottsdale and Gilbert. She's got these giant horses. They're not Clydesdales; they're bigger than Clydesdales.
Fuck.
Yes, I stand on a big thing that's like taller than this, and I still can't reach their back. So it's a lot.
Horses are crazy because like they're gorgeous and so majestic.
They can also kill you.
And then you forget how powerful they are until you get like within hand's reach of them. Yes. Like, oh, your head is the size of my lower body.
Yes.
And one kick from you will send me to my ancestors.
Yeah.
Like it's such a terrifying thought that I never have until I'm like actually in the present.
Yeah, and then
of
the ones that I've been working on lately, their hooves are the size of like dinner plates.
Oh my god!
I know,
but I just want to hug them.
They're very sweet. I just mellow them out for a while and like talk to them and then work on them. I haven't, thank God, had an issue. I had one miniature one kick me once, but
checks out. This is really a dick.
Yeah,
that's a baby.
But and she, you know, when they're little and they're cute, they warned me that like, the little ones, the ones you gotta look out for because they don't get disciplined because they're cute.
Oh,
and she gave me like a little sidekick, like a hiya, like she, like I didn't know you could do that. I just saw her little butt turn towards me. I'm like, why are you turning your butt at me? And like, oh, that's why. It got me right in the ankle of all the places.
Oof.
Could have been the beefy part of the thigh.
Right? You gotta take my weakest spot.
She got my only skinny part.
I got the weakest spot on my body.
Yeah, she did. She knew too.
Oh my gosh. Just like a little, like those little razor scooters.
What is your problem? What is your problem? I'm here to help you. It could be because I dressed her up like a pony, but they asked me to. They had me put like a unicorn thing on her and like.
Why did they do that to you?
Birthday party.
They set you up.
Well, because I was still in school and I was volunteering. And
they
taught me how to work with horses. So I was like, I was washing them. I played My Little Pony, and I adjusted them. It was very cool.
She was sick of your shit.
So I was like, we'll play dress up, but she wasn't.
You buried the lead. You buried the lead on that one.
I did. Yes, but yeah. The only joke I've ever told about work was the story I heard from one of the doctors in the clinic I was in was the weirdest things people like hide up their ass.
Oh yeah.
That's a whole thing. What? There are plenty of like toys and stores. Like you don't need to find things from around your house.
Bruh.
Like a light bulb. That's not a bright idea.
Some people the world is not enough. Like they don't
different.
Exactly. They're just like, well, what's the fun in this?
I guess.
Not going to the ER for me personally.
I mean,
and having to see
Legos, like
urology and see all of them. And if you look really closely, that's where you can see the battery in her urethra.
Oh.
My friend, she's a gynecologist. She's OB.
Oh no.
And she has the craziest stories.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What's the worst you heard? Is it gross?
They're
funny one, not a
they're
gross
terrible.
They're all gross.
They're all terrible.
Oh.
She is a saint among us all.
Really? I don't like my own vagina. I can't imagine.
The way I'm hardly on good terms.
I bedazzle it. I mean,
the way
I treat it like royalty. Don't get me wrong.
Just barely on good terms with her.
I'd be a terrible lesbian.
Oh my god, please.
It's just not. I can't. I couldn't have that job.
I am so painfully straight. It is.
Right? Yeah. I couldn't have that job. I don't even.
No, she's truly, she's the best. She's a saint. She is a saint. It's crazy.
She's OB, delivering babies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's scary. Like, I hate to say, but if everyone's like on an airplane with me and they're like, "Is there a doctor?" Like, I might just like sink for a second to see if anyone else raises their hand first.
Right.
I'll jump in if I have to.
Right.
But I am like last option.
Uh-huh.
You know, because it's
like,
just
what's...
I am non-invasive, Jackie.
Exactly. I'm like,
there's a reason I picked this one.
Well, what is it? A doctor of what?
I was gonna. Well, I could have been a dentist, but that was too bloody. I was like,
oh yeah, yeah. People. Ugh.
Like I am not.
People's mouths are weird.
Yeah, no, I don't know how they do that. And they're my patients a lot because their necks are like they're all like clean and teeth like Stephen Hawking, and there's
good night.
It's not good for you to hold that position. I'm sorry, it's true.
No,
it's true. It's not good for you.
I had a dentist, and she just took over for my old dentist, who I had for like 16 years.
Oh,
yeah. So like,
friends.
Yes, big homie. He was my boy.
Did your chair look like a fire truck? Or
I was well. So when I started seeing him, I was probably like 11 or 12. Okay. So like, but it was like he did our whole family.
That's so cute.
And then he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna retire." This was like 2 or 3 years ago. He was like, so honestly, I probably saw him for close to 20 years actually.
Your whole life.
And I go, "Sure." And he's like, "But the person who's taking over me, she's like my prodigy. She was one of my students." And I was like,
not the same.
No, it's not the same. And on the day one, that bitch came and she went to clean my teeth. And I swear she just said Chipotle. I love Chipotle. Chipotle is life. But don't put your pico de gallo hands in my mouth.
No,
like that's crazy.
Like Chipotle.
I said goodbye.
No.
She did, so now I have a new dentist.
I had an orthodontist that had bad breath, and I'll never forget it.
Oh, that's right.
That's all I could stare at while he's doing my braces, and I'm like, I'm going through all this. All I kept thinking to myself is, here I am, I'm 12 years old. I'm going through this painful experience to be beautiful.
Yep.
And you can't even tweeze your fucking eyebrows.
And you can't even tweeze your eyebrows. My orthodontist, orthodontist name was Dr. Jordan. She was the best. I taught her how to text. Yeah, I was like 14. I taught her to text on her cell phone. She was a G. She was my favorite.
That's cool.
Yeah, she came to pick me up at school once because my bracket fell off. And my parents were at work, so she picked me up.
That is commitment.
That's service.
That is.
I was like, yeah. I called my parents. They would pick me up, so I called her. And I go, Dr. Jordan, one of my brackets just popped off. I don't know how serious this is. She picked me up from school.
I only have like 5 patients that I stayed friends with like outside of the office.
Yeah.
It's rare because you don't want to blur that line.
For sure.
One that she ended up living out here. Like we go to her house for Thanksgiving every other year. Like we're like friends and like
it's the best.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
It is really nice when you can.
Yeah, my dad's best friend was his chiropractor.
So
for me, it was like kind of normal, but like you also have to be careful. It's like
for sure
you have to like feel them out and see if they might be kooky. Because if they're kooky,
such a crazy line.
Then you're gonna have the boiled rabbit on the stove thing, like So yeah.
It's so crazy.
You gotta like, all right, let's make sure they're normal. Test it out for 2 years. Maybe wait till they see another doctor. Then we can go to a movie.
Right. Correct.
Just,
can't blur those lines too bad.
Yes. Something I wanted to ask you before I forget. What shows do you have coming up?
Oh,
you're doing lots of cool stuff. I saw.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tomorrow night. So actually, all weekend I'm at Stand Up Live.
Very cool.
Downtown.
Have you done that club before?
I have, yes. Cool. So tomorrow I'm with Pete Lee is doing a show monthly now in town called What's Your Drama?
Okay.
And a couple of us go up, we do some time, and he goes up and he does crowd work and he does some time also.
Okay.
Pete Lee is incredible. If you've never seen him, he is delightful. Nice. He is so fun to work with and just a good dude. He has a special on, I believe it's on Showtime right now. Oh, nice. But he's great. He's one of the first comedians I actually hosted for. So.
Did you meet him through there?
I did. Nope, I met him through there. Cool. It was last June. Yep, I got to host for him, and he's just incredible. So I'm doing that, and then Friday.
Nice when they're nice outside of.
So nice. It's what a delight.
We got a lot of drama queens, so we need
a
nice, mellow, humble.
Truly, and it's like I get it.
Be talented and not be a dick about it.
It's a lot of energy, so I completely get where I'm just like,
yes.
Not everyone wants to just talk all the time. I fully understand that. Totally. But it was nice, like, to have a good conversation with him.
Nice.
And then Friday and Saturday, I have 2 shows each night back at Stand Up Live, and I'm hosting for Andrew Santino, aka Cheeto Santino.
Yes, I saw that.
And they're already sold out. So.
I love that! Yay!
So
he's very funny.
He's so
The
funny.
closest I got to Andrew Santino was Bobby Lee.
Yep, checks out.
And Bobby Lee just did this to me. And
Oh
that was his hello.
Oh my god. He was just here. I was like, he was just here. So I highly doubt he's coming back.
He's funny.
He is super funny.
He dropped his pants during the show. I'm like, oh, this is what you gotta do at the Comedy Store,
This
I guess.
is
That's why I'm not here very
the
often.
lay of the land. The lay of the land.
Yeah. That's very exciting. That's gonna be
Yeah, I'm excited.
Take lots of pictures.
Yes, I'm excited.
Okay, so here's a sensitive question.
Sure.
And I don't ask a lot of comedians this, but is it hard to get family to go to your shows, or is that just a me thing?
So yeah. But also, I think it just depends on how much you do. Right. Like, how often are you working? Because for me, I'm just like, that's an unrealistic expectation for you guys to come out every weekend.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I always
like more often than every 6 years.
Correct.
Once a year would be nice.
No. Oh yeah. Oh my god. When I first started doing comedy,
when I did Vegas,
my mom was at every show.
See?
Every show. Sandra Tinsley, front and center.
Oh, that's nice.
To the point where I'm like, put her in the back, bro. Like, this is not a conversation.
She's doing this.
On video, I have her doing
that's
that.
Cute. That's good.
But no, I think I always
it's a balance.
It is. It's a balance. And then
I think I need to figure out a way to tell them which are the shows that are important to me.
That's what I do.
I do shows like 3-4 nights a week.
Correct.
And so they don't really know.
Exactly.
You know
so whenever it's something super important, like this is a big deal for me.
Right.
I would love if you could be present for this. So like my mom came to California when I did Chocolate Sundays.
Oh yeah.
She was with me for that. When I performed in New York, she came with me.
I love that.
Yeah.
Where did you perform in New York?
Stand Up New York.
Oh, and yay, so that's cool.
It was a lot of fun.
I just did a one-off at like the Climate Lounge. It was part of the Laughing Buddha thing. I was there for a bachelorette party weekend.
Yeah.
And they were like looking for something to do. And I wish that they didn't agree to do it because I felt bad because I brought in a group of people.
Sure.
So they had me go last. So we were there for like freaking like 3 hours. So they were holding on to the audience.
No.
There was all these people. And I felt so bad. There must have been like 15 people ahead of me. And it blew our whole night. And I felt so bad. I was like, do you guys want to go? Like, no, it's okay. I'm sure you're next. Like, it was like that kind of thing.
Oh, no.
And it went on for like hours. And I felt like such an asshole.
Oh, my gosh.
and I could tell that like someone in the group would have been offended by my normal set. So I just decided to
tweak it last minute.
Yeah, and I did not. No, so it wasn't even worth the 3-hour wait. It wasn't.
Oh,
I
God.
wrote it in the cab. The things we do, you know, but
truly,
it's a passion.
It is.
One more thing I want to ask you because I think it'd be fun to ask you. Have you ever done any like online dating in your life? Okay, what is your worst? I want to hear the worst story before we go because I think I like to ask all my lady guests this stuff because the shit we go through, and you're a comedian, so I have to ask.
Oh man, that's so funny. How do you choose the worst when they're all terrible?
They're all terrible.
And you're just fighting for your life.
Right? Yes. Sometimes literally. Yes.
God.
I know you've got common sense and you probably meet them there.
Oh, 100%.
Like, don't get in strangers' cars. I know. Girlfriends. I'm like, what are you doing?
I know.
It could be anybody.
But you know what sucks? What super sucks is like for every man who offers to pick you up, like that has malintentions and like is a piece of shit and wants to wear you as a skin suit. There's like 4 men who were just raised right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, but it sucks
because we have to be on guard.
We have the Oxygen Channel and Dateline.
Yes. Criminal Minds. I had to stop watching that before bed.
Like what? I mean, SVU Till I Die, Olivia Benson.
Let's be honest. They want me to put the lotion on my skin.
Like I'm saying, but I definitely. What I would give to be a passenger princess. I drive 90 miles a day. So I would almost let someone kill me just if they wanted to pick me up. Just so I didn't have to fucking...
just so I don't have to drive.
Just so I don't have to drive somewhere.
You need that Waymo car. I've been watching...
Those things are crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Men, I just wish they would stop talking to me like I'm a piece of shit. Like,
What app is that?
Like, every one of them.
Is that Tinder?
No, it's Christian Mingle. Like, it's all of them.
No, it's true. I had just as bad on, like, Christian Mingle versus Tinder. And I was I knew what it was for. That it was that kind of thing.
It's absolutely insane. Men have just said the craziest opening lines to me. And I'm just like, what energy am I giving off that you think you can talk to me like
That's
this.
not the vibe you get.
No, send me money for stuff. No.
These feet pictures are not for free.
No, I won't show my tootsies for free at all now. If there's
Right.
anything Gen Z has taught me, is feet ain't free.
Right?
Y'all are into
Yes.
some weird shit, but I'm here to capitalize.
Just, the shitty messages.
Yeah, just like, really like
yeah. And it's always like an awkward interview.
Correct.
Someone you don't know.
But it like hardly ever gets there because it's. I always say, like, I talk about this on stage. These are real quotes. One guy said, "I cannot." He's like, "If I like you, I will let you meet my pet rats."
What?
Exactly. Opened with that.
Oh, how thoughtful.
You shouldn't have, truly.
Wow.
So that was one.
Ooh.
Yeah, a man just match, whatever.
Yeah.
Opening line, he's like, "I can't wait to make you come."
Oh, gross.
And I was just like, you're not going to. So,
no, I
so
don't
now
check.
we're opening on a lie.
Look out for like Instagram and Facebook has like the filtered stuff, like the archive stuff.
Oh, dark.
Ooh,
dark.
Go in there. Confidence boost, but
that,
also creepy. I'm like,
that inbox is scary.
That's a weird fetish to share with a complete stranger. Thank you.
That inbox is scary.
Before we go, I will say this. I had a friend of mine that had a pickup line from a guy that was so bad we made a TV show episode out of it.
I love it.
This show called The Bumble Bums where we reenacted bad dates.
Oh, I love it.
This guy messages her and he says, before we go out, I need to make sure you're into what I'm into. And he sends her photos.
No.
Yeah, he sure does. And he is wearing a fat suit. Not a high quality, nice one. The shiny Halloween kind. Women's lingerie over it. And a grandma wig.
No.
And he says, this is what I need to wear to get off. And so I did an episode with somebody where I went on a date with this person wearing this blow up fat suit and a teddy and a grandma wig. And we called her Shirley. And it was like a whole thing.
What have you been through that's the only way that gets you there?
It reminded me of Psycho. Like, mother! Like,
I got a text message from Thai Dry Cleaning today that said, "Your order is ready," and I was edging. Like, what the hell is happening to these men?
Your phone?
I was like, oh my God, it hasn't even been 24 hours. Talking about service. Like, that made my nipples hard. What are these men going through?
Right? Yeah, that's another thing I talk about. I'm like, you want to turn me on? Change the batteries in the smoke alarm. Like, it's the little things. Oh my
God, I'm telling you.
I'm in my 40s. Like, oh, I don't have to get that ladder. You're gonna do that? Perfect. Like,
please.
Thank you.
I swear.
You're carrying in the groceries. Like, oh my God.
I'm sweltering.
Right?
Sweltering.
I know.
It's insane.
No, I want more of that. I want less of the what are you wearing and the.
Correct. I want less of everything.
I want less of them borrowing my underwear.
I want more of what is broken in your home.
Yes.
That's what I want.
See? We need our own DIY show.
Please.
We should do a dating show where they just come over and fix shit. And then you talk to them while they're fixing shit. And we'll decide if they're a keeper. Let's do that.
That's so hot.
Right? All right. We're going to make it happen. All right, everybody. This has been the Lauren Rachel Talk Show with my friend Jackie Tinsley. Lots of great advice. Clean your belly button and don't be weird.
Clean your fucking belly button. Yes.
All right, and just a reminder, her social media is Jackie Tinselitis.
Yep.
Because she's funny. All right, and go see her at Stand Up Live this weekend.